they were charged with having an explosive device and a detonator back in May?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. There's new charges to Mr. Mohammadiasl, namely possession and distribution of child pornography.
You're kidding me.
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Richmond Hill, Ontario. Well, folks, I'm standing in front of the house on Lorette Lane where the Mohammadiasl family lives. Now, you may recall back in May, Reza Mohammadiasl and his 18-year-old son Mayar were charged by police for having an explosive substance and a detonator device. Those charges are still being heard in court. And speaking of court, I was back in Newmarket Court last week, as you may know, to follow this trial, and I was absolutely shocked to find Reza Mohammadiasl's lawyer in attendance, not to speak on the matter of the bomb and detonator, but rather 3 new charges, 2 counts against Reza of possession of child pornography and 1 count of distribution of child pornography. Well, I did report that last week. There was been absolutely no mainstream media coverage of this. Reza Mohammadiasl is still out on bail, and I'm waiting outside his house to see if I can get a comment from him about these stunning new charges. Also, maybe I can find if any neighbors want to come on camera and talk about this. How do you feel about these new allegations of possession and distribution of child pornography?
Okay, that's the first time I hear about it, so I don't know really much about it. But again, the court, the justice system has ways to deal with that, and I think they should.
Do you
do it expeditiously.
Do you think the authorities should have informed the neighborhood about these charges, especially given that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There are some families with small children here, and they should be aware.
There's new charges to Mr. Mohammadiasl, namely possession and distribution of child pornography.
You're kidding me.
I am not, sir. He was in. His lawyer was in Newmarket Court last week to answer for those charges. I'm just wondering if this concerns you as a neighbor.
For the neighborhood, we do.
Yeah.
Because we don't want any bad people live around in here.
Right.
That's it.
I was wondering if the residents of this neighborhood have been told by the authorities about these new charges. No.
No, we were aware of the issue last year,
Right.
but haven't heard anything about new charges.
Do you know anything about the Mohammadiasls? Or?
No, I hardly ever see them other than coming and going.
Have any of the authorities talked to the neighborhood about these new charges?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, then. How does it make you feel as a resident of this street, sir?
Well, it's a difficult question to answer because I really don't know the neighbors. So
Why do you think the justice system is so lax in terms of giving people on such serious charges the right to bail?
I don't know, but that's a very good question. I think we should really think about it very, very hard and do something about it.
And there is a school very close here, isn't there?
Right behind
Yes.
us. And then another public school. There's 2 public schools in here. One on the Lorette Lane. That's a Roman Catholic school.
Yes.
And then one is a primary school, is for the public school. And then we have one high school on the Salisbury.
So a lot of children are in this
A lot of
neighborhood.
children in this neighborhood.
Yeah. Why do you think, sir, that this individual is out on bail then?
I have no idea. I have no clue. I think they bought this out a few years ago.
Yes.
So that's all I know.
Okay. Oh, hi, it's Miss Mohammadiasl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm David Menzies with Rebel News, and I was just following up. I understand that Mr. Mohammadiasl has been charged with 2 counts of possession of child pornography.
Yeah, sorry, I'm in a conference call from my work. Can't talk to you.
Oh, is your husband home, ma'am?
No, he's not.
Do you know when he will be home?
Maybe at night.
At night? Okay, then. Can I come back then?
Sorry, I cannot talk. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. And also, folks, this house is a short distance away from an elementary school. I'm actually going to walk to the school, count the steps, and find out how far away it is exactly. Because as far as I can tell, the authorities have not informed residents or the school about these new child porn charges. So let's go for a little stroll, shall we, and find out indeed how close Silver Pine School is to the Mohammadiasl residence. Well, there you have it, folks. It's about 260 paces away from the Mohammadiasl residence that I'm speaking of, Silver Pines School, of course. It took me about 2.5 minutes to walk it. So, I don't know, if I'm a parent with children at this school, I kind of want to know if there's someone being accused of possessing and distributing child porn. And of course, there's that little matter of the bomb too, isn't there? I'm going to go into the school and find out if the principal has been told about this potential threat a mere 2.5 minutes away from the school.
Recording some kind of clips or something?
Yes, hi, I'm David Menzies with Rebel News, ma'am.
Hi,
How you
I'm
doing?
Lindsay Diacu.
Oh, are you with the school here?
I'm the principal, yeah.
Oh, you were exactly the person I was hoping to speak to. Sorry, it's Lindsay
Diacu.
Diacu. Miss Diacu, I'm doing a story on 26 Lorette Lane.
Okay.
You may have heard what's been reported back in May. There's a family there, the Mohammadiasls,
Yeah.
accused of having an explosive device and a detonator.
Yeah, sorry.
I was in Newmarket Court covering this last week, and he faces 3 new charges, namely 2 counts of child pornography and 1 count of distributing child pornography. And I thought, given that this is an elementary school, literally a 2.5 minute walk away from that house, I'm curious if the authorities have informed you or the school board about this.
I'm not aware of the new charges. No.
Okay.
I haven't been contacted personally, but they may have contacted the school board.
Okay.
They'll have to contact the school board.
Okay then.
Information or contact the police.
Yeah, well, I mean, the charges were first read out in court last week, of course.
Okay.
But I mean, I would think you as the principal, you would be the go-to person to be told about this if they had contacted the school board, right?
Yeah, all I can do at this point is direct you to our board, because they're the
Okay.
ones who filter out information to media
Sure.
on anything. So I can, you can contact our board communication and they can give you any information with regards to that, because
Okay.
police will go through our board communications department.
I will do that, but I'm just wondering, is this of any concern that there's a potential child pornographer, a potential pedophile so close to an elementary school?
I mean, I don't know any details, right?
Yeah.
I can't comment
Okay.
on whether he's a danger or not, or I don't even know if he's there. I know nothing about it, so
Okay.
I can't comment on anything.
Well, now you
Unfortunately,
do
'cause
know.
I'm completely in the dark. So, but I mean, you've let me know, and
Yeah.
I'll ask some questions with regards to from our board, and see if they've heard anything.
This individual is out on bail. It's almost as though the justice system is rolling the dice that this person is going to behave at the expense of public safety. I don't think that's right, and I'll continue to try in the days ahead if I can get Mr. Mohammadiasl to answer for these new and incredibly serious and disturbing charges. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, if you want to be made aware of Rebel News videos, you got to ring the bell. That's that little bell icon on your screen, and YouTube will be sure to notify you.